Many Arab and Muslims famous in the science of physics, and they made great achievements, and they still remain, and they are among the most important scientists who discovered and accomplished in this science, most notably, Abu Yusuf Al-Kindi, Abu Bakr Al-Razi, Ibn Sina, Ibn Al-Haytham, the sons of Musa bin Shaker, Al-Khazini, Al-Biruni, and others, and it is difficult to enumerate them, and all of them contributed to the development of physics in its various branches in varying proportions, and no one was superior to them in any contemporary nation. Abu Bakr al-Razi's efforts in the natural fields, including matter, where he said, the absolute matter is nothing but indivisible parts, so that each one has a bone, because if each of those parts did not have a bone, nothing would happen by combining them with a bone. He also said, the qualities of bodies of heaviness and lightness and darkness and light and others are due to the lack or abundance of emptiness that was mixed with matter, so something became light and another heavy, one thing is luminous, another is dark, because the method is a display, and the width is subject to the substance, and the substance is the substance. Al-Razi also called for the sphericity of the earth, and also said, the earth is larger than the moon, while the body of the earth is much less than the body of the sun. A ray of light from the visible object to the eye. Ibn Sina he authored 20 books, between a book, a letter and an article, in each of mathematics, logic, ethics, naturals, medicine, philosophy, and his most important achievements in natural sciences is in the field of mechanics, where he shows the types of forces, elements of movement, and resistance to the medium in which he is in control. That resistance that works in the annihilation of the movement. He also divided forces into 3 types, showing that there are forces that restore bodies to their natural state if they are removed from them. He called them natural forces, and they are what we know today as the force of gravity or gravity, and the second force is the coercive force, which forces the body to move or remain, and the third is the force inherent in the upper sphere, and it moves the body with a directed will, according to him. He also presented in his book Al-Shifa 6 matters related to movement, namely, the motive, the mover, what is in it, what is from it, what is to it, and time. He also says about the movement of the ejected body, if we verify the saying, we will find the most correct doctrine, the doctrine of the one who sees that the moving person benefits from a tendency from the mover, and the tendency is what feels sense if he tries to inhabit the natural by coercion, or the forced by coercion, that is, the body in a state of motion has a tendency to continue its movement, so that if we try to stop it, we sense a defense shown by the body to remain in a state of motion, whether this movement is natural, or forced. These texts confirm that Avicenna preceded the first law of motion by more than 4 centuries before Leonardo da Vinci, before Galileo Galilei by more than 5 centuries, and before Isaac Newton by more than 6 centuries. He also discovered that the impedance of the medium through which the body moves leads to the nullification of movement in it. As he said in his book Signs and Warnings, it is not permissible for a body to have a natural force that moves that body to infinity. He preceded Leonardo da Vinci, who he went to this doctrine in the European Renaissance. Abu Rayhan al-Pré d'un centaine de livres, qui comprennent les domaines de l'histoire, des mathématiques, de l'astronomie et autres, et ces faits les plus importants sont les suivants. Il a découvert une méthode pour déterminer la gravité spécifique, et il a également mené des études théoriques et appliquées sur la pression et l'équilibre des fluides, et expliqué comment la montée des opérations s'agile du bas vers le haut, et comment les fluides dans les vaisseaux relais maintenant un niveau, malgré les différentes formes et tailles de ces vaisseaux. A seule ligne que la Terre tourne autour de son axe et développer une théorie pour extraire la circonférence de la Terre.